Jeremy Swayman, Oli, Lauco, Lori,
Oh yeah,
Hobbs. No Freddie.
parched. No,
But
no,
did they? Is he on the Instagram?
fuck, bro. I think he's on their story.
Ugh.
Hold on, I have to make a couple tweets.
Hey guys, welcome to the Weymouthers podcast. It's me, at Poopoo1311 on Twitter because Elon Musk beamed me.
And I'm Rachel. Still, I happily smiled on Twitter. Oh my god.
So it's been a little bit since we recorded.
It hasn't been that long. It's
It
just
hasn't. It has not been that long. It's just, but we have a good amount to talk about. It's trade deadlines tomorrow, so we're not stressed at all.
no, definitely not. I don't know if we left it in or not. But we just got word
Right as
pictures.
yeah.
Right as I pressed record, I saw Freddie picture. She saw Sway. But yeah. So
We made a few tweets. So if you saw them on either my alt or my private or Rachel's main and her private,
my private tweets, I think, might have been a little bit. But yeah, anyway, that's not why we're here.
Oh, are you about to say, oh, I think mine were a little bit worse, and then saw mine?
Well, I saw that one.
Huh?
Yeah.
Do
Rachel,
you want to come on this recording?
Not that part. But anyway, so we have some stuff for you now. For those of you who don't know, I went to the Islanders game.
Bitch went all the way to New York for that.
I went all the way down to Long Island for that. So that was enjoyable. But actually, it was fun. Like, the day was fun, the trip was fun. So even though the game sucked dick, at least I had a fun time. And it was worth my while. But yeah. So I actually have only told like one person, with the exception of Jalen, who was literally there, about what happened to me that day. Pretty much like the whole day, just like the whole events to getting there. But in order to talk about that, to talk about how I got there, I have to go back to Friday when I got to New York. So, strap in, because Em has no idea what happened. I haven't told her anything. I didn't even realize. I literally haven't told her anything. So, are we ready to dive in to my trip?
So ready.
You're a little muffled.
Well,
Em's dog.
I'm so ready.
Okay. So,
Sorry, guys. My dog is wallering.
For those of you who also don't know, Jalen, or JJ, as a lot of you know her, was also there. She was like 10 minutes down the road from me at a hotel. So we like texted like the whole way down. They were like a little bit behind us, but they ended up getting there before us because like we ate dinner and stuff. But I was texting her like the whole way down. So she told me like what hotel she was at. I told her what hotel I was at. We were just kind of yapping. We both had like a 5-hour long ride. We were just yapping. And so Friday, we're like almost there. We're probably like 20 minutes away. And I get a text from her. And she's like, Rachel. And I was like, what? She was like, I just saw David Pastrnak. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, he's in the lobby. And I was like, wait a minute. If he's in the lobby of your hotel, then that means the whole team was staying at Jalen's hotel. Literally. I was shocked. So I told my parents, and my mom was like, Rachel, she's probably lying. And I was like, she's not lying. I know Jalen. He would not lie. She's telling the truth. She was like, yeah, I just went over and said hi. I was like, no picture? She was like, no. I was like, okay. So then she texted me like a few minutes later. She was like, "Can you send me that picture of your sign that you made for Freddie just in case?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So I sent it to her and, went about my night. We got to the hotel. I took a shower, whatever. I'm sitting there. I get a text from her, "Rachel, it's a picture of her brother, Trent Frederick, and Jake DeBrusque." So now I could prove to my parents she wasn't lying. And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "What did you say? Like, what happened?" I wanted to know everything, obviously. And she just like told me like how they saw them and stuff, which is kind of irrelevant. But anyway, she told, wait a minute, I never told my Vegas game. So now I have to go back even further. Guys, Trent Frederick is not illiterate. I stand corrected. He saw my sign at the Vegas game, threw a puck over, and the bitch behind me stole it. She yanked it out of my hand and wouldn't give it back to me because it was my birthday. Uh, and then I turned back around and I was very upset because she knew damn well it wasn't for her. But whatever. I was like, okay, well, have a happy birthday. Then I come to find out her mother was there, her old bat mother was there, and she was like, "Honey, you got that puck from number 11." I was like, wait a minute. You don't know who Trent Frederick is? Then I was pissed. Then I was absolutely rip ass. And my dad wouldn't let me talk. My dad wouldn't let me try to get it back from her, so I had to go back to my seat and I never got the puck. But anyway, so fast forward back to Friday. She showed Freddie the sign, like from the picture that I sent her, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's from last game." And I was like, "Oh my God." And then she had one job to tell him about the mishap, but she didn't. Whatever, it was um and she showed him that I put like the little like apology on the sign at the bottom, and he laughed. So I'm happy. I'm gonna see him tomorrow, but whatever. I'm already over the but anyway, so that was Friday. Saturday, game day. Yay.
Whoa.
We just like went out in the morning. We went to like a few stores, I went to a couple record stores, whatever. This is where the plot thickens. This is where my getting to the game begins, right here.
Okay.
I'm texting Jalen, we're just talking. And I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing today?" She's like, "Probably just like staying in the hotel." And I was like, "Yeah, we're probably just gonna go back and then whatever." I was already ready. I had already done my hair and makeup in the morning, so I didn't really have to go back to the hotel. I wasn't bringing a bag in, so I was fine. And I threw out the idea, "Hey, what if we like hung out? What if we went to one of our hotels and just like hung out?" She's like, "Oh yeah." Took a little begging, but I convinced my mom and dad to let me go to her hotel, and we would just like chill in her room. And so we get there, and her brother and her dad are there. And this is the most important part, okay? Her dad's friend was there who lived in Long Island. So,
Mm.
all super nice people, by the way. Really, really nice guy, her dad's friend. But they were talking to my parents, intermingling, and there was a train. This is okay. There was a train station across the street from the hotel. And they were going to take the 6:07 train to the game, which takes you right near the parking lot. You just walk, it's like a 5-minute walk from the train station to the arena. That was how they were going to get there. It was like a 12-minute train ride. That's it. My dad actually had prepaid like months ago, like $38 for parking in the lot, and then you would shuttle to the arena. My dad and my mom talked to Jalen's dad's friend and ended up canceling the parking, and instead we were going to take the train with them. So I was going to stay with Jalen until like 6. My parents were going to go out, like have dinner, come back, and we were all going to take the train together. That was the plan. Um, so I stayed with Jalen. And before my parents left, these two buses pull up. And the one that's next to us says Bruins bus number 2. So then, like, oh shit. So her brother and her dad's friend like go out. My parents leave. Me and Jalen sit in the lobby for an hour. Finally, they start trickling out. First person that I saw actually was their video coach, you know, the little guy. I was like, oh my God, Jalen, guess who that is? She had no clue.
She didn't know?
She didn't know. I had to tell her. And then she was like, how'd you know that? I was like, behind the P. And she was like, oh, yeah.
They did a whole episode on him.
Literally. And then I saw a bunch of like the crew that I recognized from behind the B, but like blanked on all of their names. Monty comes down the stairs. He said hi. I said hi. She's like so shy, but I was like, hi. I was afraid to say anything with the players because I didn't want to get in trouble. But anyway.
Some foreshadowing there.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of the players. And the last 2 people that we saw together, 3, were Charlie Coyle and Trent Frederick came out together. And I was like super excited because I saw Freddie, so at least I was happy. But McAvoy came behind them. And this kid that was there with his dad, we were completely fine until this kid went up to Charlie Coyle and took a picture with him. Coyle was fine, like he took the picture, but then security kicked everyone out. We got in trouble by association just because we had jerseys. So like he just sent us back to the room anyway, even though we weren't doing anything to bother them. We were literally just standing there completely silent. So I missed like half the team, but we saw half the team and I saw Freddie. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. So then we went back up to her room. We went back down and got snacks, and it was like $15 because it was a rich hotel. And then, yeah, so that was that. Then game time comes. So my parents come back, and we walk to the train station. We get our tickets. We start to wait. 6:07, no sign of the train. We look inside on the board, delay. 6:21. New ETA. People next to us tell us, yeah, train's not coming. So then we're like, oh, oh, that's not good. So we book Ubers. About 6:35, the Ubers come. Me, Jalen, her brother, and her dad's friend took a Tesla. And my parents and her dad went in the other one. We pull up to UBS Arena at like 7:10.
Okay.
It was so quiet. It was so awkward. Me, Jalen, and her brother were like squished in the back seat. We were just like kind of laughing because it was so like unserious. We got stuck in so much traffic from the arena because there's only one way in and one way out.
Yeah.
I dropped off right at the front, which was different because the train station we would have had to walk. And we get in. Our sections were only like 3 or 4 apart too, which was kind of neat. And then we literally, the second we got to our seats, everyone rose for the anthem. So it was like timing, you know? Like literally we didn't even sit. We just stayed. So that was getting to the game. Completely missed warm-ups. What are you gonna do? You know, I'd rather not miss the game. Actually, looking back, I might have.
I'd rather would have missed the game.
I rather would have missed the game. Anyway, the game wouldn't have been as bad if there weren't these 2 fucking idiots behind us. It was these 2 like old guys who were literal geeks. They would not shut up the entire time. They were the kind of people that instead of leaning over to talk to the person next to you, they'd just yell loud enough for everyone around you to hear. And they were really frustrating. They were really annoying. I really don't have much to comment on that game besides that was probably the worst Bruins game I've ever watched. My dad has been watching the Bruins for 47 years, and he said that was the single worst game he's ever seen them play.
I mean, I have to agree. That was a shit show. Oh. We lost to the Islanders 5-1.
Oh, did I tell you I saw Palmieri's first career natural hat trick? So
After and the
nice.
bitch didn't score. The bitch hadn't scored in 2 weeks, and we let him score a natural hat trick in the first period.
Oh, and Barzal didn't even score. So,
What was the point?
ooh. But McLaughlin scored, which was nice. You know, the one guy
Yeah.
who hasn't been playing on the Bruins. That's weird how he's the one that scores, isn't it? Um, Freddie didn't do shit that whole game. Neither did the team.
Nobody did
Neither
shit
did
that whole
anybody.
game.
But like, yikes. But yeah, that was. I don't really have. There's really not much to say on that game besides how bad it was because literally it's not even like there was a like no fight in us to like.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like at least we came back. At least we, did this, that, and the other thing. No, it was really just a horrible game. I did get really cool videos on the bench though, because my dad has like a really cool phone where it's 30 times zoom, and you could literally see them like clearly on the bench. Like the videos are like 2 gigs worth of videos that I took, and then 10. But they are. I only have 2 of them on my phone, but yeah, that
Do you
was.
have any stories from Vegas?
Uh it was a fun game. It was a really good game. It was really fun. Um, I saw Morgan Geeky's first career hat trick. I saw 2 hat tricks in a row. So that was fun. I was so excited. My video can hear me screaming. I went with my dad, so I was a lot more tame. I was still loud. I was still a little bit. I gained a lot of confidence to be able to like yell from being with my mom, but I still was more chill because I was with my dad. He is really funny though to listen to during a game because he just like the whole time, and it's funnier when you're there as opposed to just sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I mean, you could hear like in one of my videos, we were up 3-0. My dad was like, "This is gonna be a terrible lead to blow," and I was like, "Oh yeah, well." But didn't go to overtime. It was a regular win. I don't really have stories though. Warm-ups, I really was just kind of paying attention to Freddie because I really wanted him to see my sign. So I was really just trying to like make sure I got his attention. And he did. When he was stretching, when he was doing like his little like thing where he like gets on his knees and like stretches, um, he like looked over in my direction and I literally just stared dead at him and I was just like I just pointed down at my sign and you can like kind of see his eyes look like a little bit down and he just like stops moving and then he like turns back around. So you can tell he was like looking at it. Um and then that happened unfortunately. But I got Grizz doing the gritty again. He did it right in front of me because I was a little bit over this time. Um it was pretty much the same. Not much really happened during warm-ups. Um yeah. I don't really have any like stories though.
Hmm.
Oh, we DeBrusque was on the posters and we forgot to take them. Like we took them, but they were like gone when we got back to our seats. We were like, oh, we never got new ones. So I don't have any game poster for that game. Not that I haven't even hung up my Martian one because I don't have space for it. So it's not like I was like gonna make the room for it, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have, I guess. But
I have a dilemma.
yeah.
I'm trying to decide whether or not to go to a game this weekend or March 24th. I feel like 24th, like, space it out a little bit so I get hockey live for longer.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what day this weekend it is, like, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. And I also need to know, like, if the Bruins have games on the days. That'll also play into it.
I've been trying to convince my parents to let me go to one more game because I don't want that to be my last game of the season.
Maybe go to a playoff game.
You know, have you seen the prices for Bruins playoff?
Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
2, at this rate, we're not going to make them. 3, I would never pay that kind of money to see a playoff game. It's just bizarre and absolutely unheard of, like prices.
Would you pay that money to see a Panthers Bruins playoff game though?
No, because the Bruins would lose. Would get beat the fuck around. I would not pay. Unless I got the tickets like for free or for an extremely discounted price, I would not be going. But I've been trying to push for Ottawa.
Yeah,
They do
that'd be a fun game.
again in April though. I could try for that one. But I kind of told my parents I would pay, so I don't really want to go to an expensive game. And seeing where the Panthers are right now, gonna be expensive. But I'll also try to ask for my birthday again. But my parents have already spent $900 on Bruins games this year.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying the 24th because I just looked and the Bruins don't play on either of the days, but the 24th is further out.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. So we have a couple more games to go over.
We have Leafs and then Oilers, and then we're playing the Leafs again in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So you guys don't know how that goes by the time you listen to this. But we have no idea what's happening with that game.
Yeah.
But the first time we played the Leafs this week, it was pretty good.
Was pretty good. We all
what a beautiful comeback game for losing 5-1 to the Islanders.
Yeah.
What a gorgeous recovery.
It's Toronto though. So we can't be too cocky because we always own them. We're 6-0 with our last 6 games with them. And we could be 7-0. We'll see what happens.
Or we could be
6-0-1.
Or 6-0-1.
We won't be 6-1-0. We'll be 6-0-1 if we lose. So
Geeky scored in the first period.
He
gave us our first goal. Give us our lead.
And
then Pop scored.
Bale.
No!
Yep.
Guys, we still argue about this.
We're still
pretty
arguing
much every single day.
This is the only thing that we have argued on since that day is whether Geeky should be in non-pilot trash or Christian Bale, and I still stand by Christian Bale. If Johnny Beecher, Christian Bale, Morgan Geeky should be there too.
That is a insane statement. And you seen Johnny Beecher
would agree with me. We're not talking about this again.
We need to not get into this right now. We can spend the rest of the podcast talking about this. But anyways, Pop scored to make it 2-0. Gorgeous. And then the second period starts. And you know who scores? Jake the Bust.
Jake the Bust?
Jake the Bust scores a goal.
Whoa. Been a drought, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a teensy. Teensy drought. And then, I really got scared when Tavares scored because I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to fully blow this lead again. But no, because Tavares scored, but then Zacha scored another one to make it 4-1. Zacha's on a heater.
Good. I love what he
needs to be.
I love when
an unbelievable performance by Swayman.
Hell yeah. As always, but
I feel like this was one of his better games as of recent. He was playing like he was in the beginning of the season. And, a lot of Leafs fans didn't like him after that game. For shoving players out of his own crease.
Bitches. Literally, I genuinely... Really? I had a hit tweet.
You did have a hit tweet.
From a bitch-ass Leafs fan saying he was going to hell. Okay.
That man is the sweetest man alive.
Sorry, Mitch Marner, Mr. Embellishment, was standing right in front of him, obstructing his view from the puck, and was also partially in the crease.
He was shoving Bertuzzi, Mitch, Reeves, the whole fucking roster, bro.
But when he shoved Bert, it was like a just go. He just like kind of
Go.
a little bit. That was funny.
Oh, I love him.
But could get Bert back. That would be really funny, wouldn't it? Another Bert
That
rental.
would be hilarious if we get Bertuzzi back.
I mean, he has grit, so like as much as
2 years in a row with Bert without actually signing Bert.
as much as I like talk my shit, could use it. Could use halfback. That we really could use halfback.
I love Garnet Hathaway.
Who doesn't love Garnet Hathaway? And that is so unfortunate. Like you finally get to play for your childhood team and you were a rental.
I know.
That's really sad.
That's so sad. Why did I turn British there?
So sad.
So sad.
It's crazy.
But, you know, the Leafs game was great. I got to rub it in on a certain person.
Shay.
What?
What?
Yeah. So,
And
then we played the Oilers. Honestly, I'm not too mad about that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad, but we had a good game overall.
It was one of our better games, even though we lost. It was scoreless in the first two. Which, yes, that's bad offensively.
Not in a bad way.
Yeah. Yes, like offensively, but Skinner and Oli were having unbelievable games.
And that was
both playing amazing.
I mean, the only thing that sucks is that Oli blamed himself for that loss. Said he wasn't good enough, which is crazy.
But he played so well that night.
That was nowhere near his fault.
Yeah. But Pops in the beginning, in the third period, not the beginning, but in the third period, Pops makes it 1-0. We surprisingly held on to that lead for a long time. She's doing ASMR with her crisp glass of milk.
Like 2 hours old.
Not crisp anymore.
It's cold,
but it's milk. But in true Bruins fashion, we let up a goal with like a little over 1 minute left.
I love the Ford F-150 Final
5. So we go to overtime, and we lose in overtime. 15 overtime losses, 15 loser points, which is ludicrous. We have the most overtime losses in the league, but we also have the least regulation losses in the league.
This might be one of the only times where I think we deserved the loser point.
Yeah, this was a great loss. Like, that might sound weird, but it was an amazing loss.
I don't think we were like bad. I just think it was like a really unfortunate let up. We didn't give up like a whole lead. It was 1 goal, and it was just really unfortunate.
I just think we need to be more offensive because
our overtime sucks.
Well, it shouldn't have even gone to overtime.
Did Freddie win the face-off in our own zone in overtime? No, he didn't. Can we blame him for that? Partially, yeah. Why are we putting Freddie out on a face-off in overtime in our own zone? Jim, I don't know.
I feel like it shouldn't have gone to overtime anyways. Not because Oli could have made the save that he made, but we should not have only scored 1 goal.
Yeah. But you can say
yes, but our offense needs to get better because this is our problem. We keep going into overtimes because we cannot score enough goals. We score these goals and then they come back and we do not push and become offensive again. We fully switch to defense to try and stop them from scoring, but our defense sucks, so it doesn't fucking work.
I don't even think our problem is the lack of offense because we can score enough to get the lead. We just can't keep it.
Yeah. Well, this game specifically was
this
bad
game
offensively.
But like in pretty much every other game, the overtime losses, every other game, it was because of that. Really?
Oh my God! He picked his number. Durham or whatever that we got for middle stat. He picked his number.
Oh.
He's number 4.
Byram?
Byram.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just gonna fucking like give up.
I love Byram. I'm really sad that he got traded. He's a good.
But anyways, that leads us into our next topic. So on the day of recording, it is March 7th, the day before trade deadline. So the last couple days have been pretty trade heavy.
A little bit.
So we're going to talk about some trades that did happen, some pretty big trades that did happen, and then some rumored trades that kind of fell through. But Hannafin went to Vegas.
Hannafin went to Vegas, which was kind of a shocking turn of events because Vegas came out of fucking nowhere. Took him.
And in return, Calgary gets Miromanov, a first round and a third round that could become a second if Vegas wins a round. So they get pretty good stuff in return.
Yeah.
And then Calgary signed Miromanov. I think it was over $1 million AAV, but I'm not too sure on the specifics. Edmondson went to Toronto.
Yeah, that was a thing.
That was interesting. Yeah, that was today. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Last night.
And in return, the Capitals get the Islanders' 3rd round pick for this draft and Chicago's 5th round pick in next year's draft. And they retain 50% of Edmondson's salary.
I don't know if you put this one down, but I just remembered it. I feel like this is kind of important to note as far as league news. Maybe really important here. I don't remember the return now, but Tarasenko,
oh yeah,
is a really big deal because Florida is a bomb right now, and they're not falsely at the top like we kind of were last year, or are now. They're actually really good. And they're playoffs.
And they just signed Forsling to a long contract.
I love Forsling, but they just signed Forsling, and the reason I think, as someone who watched all of their playoff run, the reason, or at least one of the biggest reasons why they lost last year, was because they were hurt. And I think they have a very good chance of making it there again this year, seeing as they're the same team but better. So
when you're a whore,
I would watch that. Okay, I would watch.
I feel bad. She looked at me all sad when I called her a whore.
Maybe don't call her a whore next time.
Well, what else is this if not a whore?
A dog.
No, she's an attention whore.
Okay, well, anyway. What else did...
Middlestat to Colorado for Byram.
Byram. I'm so sad. He is such
But Byram,
you know?
Well, Byram is good friends with, I think it's Krebsy and Cousins, maybe.
It's someone I know.
I think it might be Cousins and Krebsy.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't mark my word on that, but they are friends. And Byram was really excited to go to the Sabres. But I mean, I'll miss Middlestat, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
but
no matter who it is.
But I always think, like, player for player trades are so interesting. Like, no picks involved, nothing else, because you're saying that these two players are worth the exact amount
to the other team, at least.
Yeah.
to the league, but to the other team.
Yeah, like it's what they need.
Forward for Connor Bedard. Who says no?
Who says no?
Who says no? David Pastrnak for Cale Makar. Who says no? Speaking of Cale
Me.
Makar,
I say no.
guess who got
Sorry,
his
but
first career
hat trick.
Cale Makar did. I can't believe. Did you?
He just now got it.
Did you see the tweet? Let me pull
Hobie Baker.
Let me
pull it up.
Because this is actually crazy. Also, I just saw this tweet: shit versus fart, Caps versus Penguins. Oh, that's great. Okay, hold on. Where is it?
You got this.
Okay, you're telling me Cale got a Norris, Conn Smythe, Stanley Cup, Calder, All-Star nomination before his first career hat trick.
And Hobie Baker.
Baker.
Don't forget that.
All
before his first
career hat trick. I think all of that means nothing but the cup before a hat trick. It's so funny. Like, wow, that's hilarious.
Absolutely crazy. Okay, so the last trade we're going to talk about it's not a trade that actually happened. It was a rumored trade. Was it yesterday?
Last night,
yeah. In a 3-way deal with the Pens, Bruins, and Canucks. 2 of the Pens would be JD.
Yep.
To the Canucks would be Gensel, and the Bruins would get Lindholm.
Oh, shit.
What?
Gensel is going to the Canes, apparently.
For who? Wait, is Bunting?
I don't know.
Is it Bunting for Gensel? Because Bunting was just Bunting wasn't playing tonight for trade-related reasons.
Yeah, it could be Bunting. I'll let you
Oh
know.
my god. I mean,
I haven't seen anything, but
live news, guys.
Live news, guys. Gensel got traded.
I mean, we just were talking about him.
I mean,
I said definitely not happening. True, because the Canucks did not get Gensel. The Canes did.
Yeah.
That's
there's
crazy.
word he will be traded to Pittsburgh as part of a deal for Jake Gensel. So, looking like that was the reason.
So,
what's
oh my god, I did say that that Bunting was going to the Pens.
You did say that. You said that. Yeah.
I replied to Shelf.
And there's no more Elias Lindholm deal. So we're not doing that anymore.
He's staying?
So I guess JD is safe for now. Well, that was a 3-way deal. So
yeah,
we wouldn't have gotten him.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that he's off the market entirely.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
At first we kept saying, oh my god. At first we kept saying to trade Jake DeBrusk, but I don't want him to go.
Yeah, guys, actually we lied.
We had a change of heart and we're in shambles last night.
I'm emotionally attached. Damn.
It got too real last night.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm fucking with that.
I'm not fucking with that.
Someone got a puck from Bert.
Oh.
Oh, Winberg.
Are there any other
Rangers?
Oh my god, yeah, Winberg to the Rags. That was crazy.
Everly is still circulating.
Yeah.
He could be a possibility for us if anyone.
And Toffoli isn't playing for trade related reasons.
I don't want Toffoli.
I don't want Toffoli. I'm just stating.
Go anywhere else.
He's available.
You know, New Jersey.
Because if we got Toffoli, we would have to pay big bucks.
Yeah. New Jersey wants
and Jersey needs a goalie.
And they want Swayman. They don't want Olmark. They want Swayman, and we're not giving up Swayman. So we're not.
Well, the fans want Swayman. I don't know if the GMs want Swayman.
I think Jersey would want some young goalie talent because they
Well,
don't.
they have Nico Dawes.
That's
So
true.
I think if they were to get one person, they would go for Oli simply because
Probably okay, but I don't
I
think
think that everyone knows that Sway is not on the market.
Slay's not on the market. Not happening.
I want to see how all of this is because by the time we post this, trade deadline will be over. I want to see how everything is.
See what happens. I want to see if my heart has been shattered into a million pieces.
If it does, you'll have to add an editor's note.
We will know in the same episode because guys, we are.
Oh my god, yeah.
We're not
We're
finishing
gonna
this
do
episode
questions
tonight.
tomorrow.
We're doing questions not tomorrow. We're doing questions Saturday, and it is currently Thursday. So we're gonna know if our hearts are broken or not.
So we can do an update before we answer the questions.
We can do an update, and also we can briefly mention tonight's game,
True.
which will be on in 5 minutes, but puck won't drop for probably another 15 because they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss the ceremony because I'm gonna end up crying because this is gonna be an era of players that I actually know
Guys,
have experienced
tonight is the
before.
champions era, the final eras night of the season.
Oh,
Fergie's in the building, Rask is in the building, Krejci's in the building.
I'm going to be violently ill.
I'm going to be sobbing my eyes out.
Yeah, you are.
I am, and I'm not even that attached to them.
Try me. I've actually seen a handful of those players play in person.
I've seen Brad Marchand play. He's the only one left.
That sounds so sad. I can't believe you never even got to see Bergie, bro. That's crazy.
I'm so mad I never got to see Fergie play.
I saw Rask, which, I have my feelings, but,
You have personal beef with Tuukka Rask.
Personal beef with Tuukka Rask. He's a good guy. I don't hate him. I just have my feelings.
You have personal fake beef.
Personal fake beef. I have beef with Tuukka Rask like I have beef with Fred Frederick.
I still love the guy.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel, you never got to see Craich. I saw Chara. So
this is so sad.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt me. I mean, I cried really bad during.
I low-key want Don Sweeney to do nothing.
Yeah, but at the same time, the only thing that I want, the only player that I could see moving right now is Forbert. I don't think we're really in a great running spot for the cup right now.
You don't say. Unless we get our shit together.
See, if we had gotten Lindholm, he's not a number one center. He's like a number two center, but he wins face-offs.
Yeah.
Use that.
It's not out of the picture yet.
I think we should get Connor Clifton back.
Maybe the Canucks want Jake DeBrusk.
I don't think they want Jake DeBrusk.
I don't think. Don't say that about Connor Clifton. I need him on the Sabres.
I want Jake DeBrusk. Please don't go.
Please don't go, JD.
I realized in the heat of the moment that I don't want him anywhere but here.
Because him and Charlie McAvoy.
Guys, don't be a girl and like hockey. Please, I'm gonna sound like a misogynist.
Oh fuck! They just posted the lines. Let's see what kind of bullshit this is.
Live line reaction, guys.
Marchand, Coyle, DeBrusk, Heinen, Zakapasta, JVR, Geeky, Freddy, Lauko, Boakfist, Brozo.
Okay, so
Where's McAvoy, Lorai, Carlo, Wotherspoon, Shatty.
I don't know why Marchand, Coyle, DeBrusk is our top line.
They should switch.
Switch or maybe just delete.
Switcheroo.
Maybe put DeBrusk not there. Maybe just not this. Yeah, but we got JVR Geeky Frederick now,
so we're slowing the game.
Because it was Heinen Geeky Frederick.
I'm being bullied right now by Bridget. Because I posted those photos of the baby goats.
Why is that?
Farm girl!
You know what? We can stick our farm girl with. But yeah, I mean, that's all we got right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, we're gonna record questions on Saturday and update you guys on everything.
the only
Um,
thing that I could see us doing is if we did a random late night segment again and we recorded after the game and we did the questions after the game. That would be really
that would be crazy. That would be funny because I'd be so.
way
Well,
better.
no, because I have a shit. Ooh, I don't. Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. But if
We'll,
not,
we'll
Saturday. I mean, you guys will know because we'll say it. So
yeah.
we'll either be like, it's hours later or it's days later and we're crying. Guys,
Just please, Bruins, if you hear us right now, win tonight's game in regulation, in regulation, in regulation.
I mean, if you have to go to overtime and win it, then at least win it. Don't lose.
Don't lose.
I'm sick of the loser points. I don't think Toronto is a push for overtime unless it's a really, really genuinely bad team like CBJ.
Yeah.
Because they have like the same problem as us. That's why we've been able to beat them so many times. Fuck! We have to deal with the Leafs fans again? Are you kidding me?
How many times are we gonna beat them before they shut the fuck up?
Not enough. We're gonna have to beat them as many times as Trent Frederick is gonna have to fight Jacob Trouba. Which is one.
So real.
Which is still one, by the way, guys. Also, Lemieux playing, but he was just waived.
What?
Yeah, they put Lemieux on the lines, but he was literally just waived.
I mean, yeah.
Do we have
We'll
any?
check back in either a few hours or a few days.
Yeah. Until then.
See you then. So
It is
it's
Saturday morning.
Saturday.
9:49 a.m.
Bright and early. Not really. I was up since 6, but
I know.
Rachel was.
I was gonna set my alarm and I fell asleep. I would have
Oh,
been
that's so funny.
okay. I woke up at 9, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, we won. We beat
Woo!
their asses, turned the Leafs into mulch, won the
For
series.
real.
Fuck the Leafs. Can't wait to see you again in the playoffs.
Real.
I hope. That would be awesome. I would really like a Leafs Bruins series. That would go so hard because they're gonna absolutely
So hard.
especially with newfound Bruin Pat Maroon.
More Pat Maroon. So we got Pat Maroon
And Andrew Peeke.
in exchange. Andrew Peeke.
Exchange for a late conditional pick, which I'm not mad about. At least we didn't lose anyone for him, or anyone really. We lost Zebo, but
well, we lost Zebo, and then we also lost what's his nuts?
Luke something.
It starts with a T. It's like Topo.
It kind of reminds me of Maddie's last name. It's something like Owski or something.
Topowski? Is it Topowski?
Yeah, I think it's Topowski.
I swear it is.
I think. Hold on. I had it somewhere. I think so. It doesn't matter. Anyway. Yeah, that was our trade deadline. Linus declined to trade. But
he did.
They confirmed it wasn't LA.
Okay.
I think. I saw
he declined to trade for geographical reasons,
which
aka being more than 5 feet away from Jeremy Swayman.
I do think it also has to do with completely uprooting your family in the middle of the season.
That and also making the flight to Sweden in the summer even longer because like Boston, pretty close. I think any East Coast team, pretty close. Moving him all the way over to the other side would make flights so much worse.
I think he's literally like, it's also different for him as opposed to like a Tyler Bertuzzi because you can just go. he literally has like a whole family and
And a
like
home, like
a
a
home
home.
and like literally like his kids are like old enough to like have people that like they know and like you don't
Yeah.
have to do that in the middle of the season. To like if I was like a kid like that age, I would be like very upset. um
Good time.
but if it was LA, it would have been for Dubois and that would have been dodging a
Terrible, because as soon as Dubois gets on a team, they suck
LB
booty
fucking
cheeks.
sucks. So dodged a bullet, thank you, Linus, even if it wasn't LA.
But we love you. Thomas Hurdle to Vegas?
Yeah.
For
Why
some reason, Vegas was getting everybody.
Why? How are they even gonna afford all these people? They can't keep Mark Stone on fake LTIR forever. Like
Oh,
former
he said he had a lacerated spleen.
Oh.
Mark Stone did.
Oh, real LTIR this time then.
Yeah. Capo Kakkonen to the Devils in exchange for Vitek Vanacek.
Toffoli
Interesting.
Jets.
Toffoli to the Jets.
Forbert to home.
Forbert to long-term injury.
Forbert's out likely for the season, which I hope he gets better. I like feel horrible, but
I know, because he said he needs at least one surgery, maybe two. That's just so.
I know that's horrible. I'm just kind of glad we're not stuck with him on the ice again for the season.
But we wish him all the best. I hope he recovers well.
Oh my god, did our thing work on last episode where we were like, can you make someone allergic to ice? Derek Forber, you only get to cough in 4 days.
Oops.
Sorry, guys.
My bad, guys.
Cold miser. Oh my god,
the snow miser put in the work.
He worked his magic. But anyway, back to the game. That was awesome. Like
that
guys,
was a crazy game.
I don't think any of you have ever actually like besides like literally like like know what I'm like during games, but I literally any minor altercation am like fight. All I want is a fight. Like it's really bad.
And boy was there fighting.
Oh my god. I was literally like like
that was a feisty game.
Best game I've seen ever. Like it was so awesome. I was literally in my glory and I made the chart edit because I was so excited. And
he tied his career high goals.
He tied his career high, which means he's got
17.
He's got
we also had goals from Pasta, Geeky, and Carlo. So we had a great night. There was somebody fighting. Sway.
Oh my god.
Sway. Everyone else was fighting and getting all screaming. Bitch went to center ice, tapping his stick on the ground.
I love Wall, but I knew he wasn't gonna do it. Not only
I knew Wolf was not going to fight.
He's not gonna do that. He's not that guy. If it was like,
but no, so I just wanted to feel included.
Monday, let's keep
Jordan Binnington.
Binnington will fucking do it.
I need Sway to beat the shit out of Jordan Binnington.
Fined and like suspended, but like I just want to see it.
Like I don't care. We have Linus Olmark. It's fine.
Still, so.
I need it to happen.
Let's see it.
Please.
Headlines over. Literally, I was like, oh, also
so much fighting.
People were like bitching about, you know, the whole Linus that like my mom was kind of like mad. She was like, oh, like that was kind of selfish. I was like, no, like listen. And I like
he has a no trade clause for a reason. He's allowed to reject anything.
Exactly. I explained all of the reasons why it would be a bad idea for him to get traded that are actually related to hockey and not Linus and Sway. And literally one of them is also the fact that we cannot just throw Bussy in there. I don't even think he's ever started in a game in the regular season.
You said it the way I say it.
I said like a mix.
No, you just said bussy. I had to bring it to you.
I didn't say it as clearly as you do. I was trying to like decide and it came up. But literally, bussy. Literally, like you can't just throw him in there. Like he's
Yeah. I mean, we have DePietro, but
yeah.
like we have good goaltenders, but also
They're
we
not
need Letus and Sway this season because without both of them,
for tough.
yikes.
But yeah. So
Max Domi is a fucking cunt.
I'm surprised.
Who's shocked? Who's surprised?
Leafs and
Absolutely
likely place for them to be.
likely place for them to be.
Mark
Yeah, because at the end, Max Domi and Charlie McAvoy got him on the ground, and he just turned into a feral little dog.
I know.
Max, I was like, "What do you think you're doing? You look stupid."
I don't know if you remember this part, but of course I do. When the ref was like pulling Trent away.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Getting off the ice and fucking McCabe again comes up
again
and shoves him from behind. That's such a pussy move because you know he can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And the way he whipped around and was laughing.
And we had like 3 people in the box at once. We had Grizz in the box. Crazy.
Grizz in the box was probably the funniest part of that entire game.
Oh.
And Trent standing like he just threw up and wanted his mommy. Yeah. We have questions.
We do have questions. Still, nobody asked new questions.
Okay.
I posted it yesterday, so we still just have 5.
Okay. And I feel like that's enough.
And then once again, yeah, and one of them is really fucking funny. Let me pull it up. Yeah, okay. Well, actually 6, because there was that one. So, this one was anonymous. But it said, I needed a new Weymouthers episode like I needed air. So thank God y'all are recording. Also, thoughts on Hampus Lindholm Sweden's injury and when can we expect him to be back?
Thanks for the love, 1. 2, today maybe.
He's made a speedy recovery.
If not, maybe Monday. I feel like if not today, then
it's gonna be soon.
It's likely. Sometime next week, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He might be back by the time this is out. So
I saw that Laura and Spooner were sent down.
I just think we can't afford them. We also don't need them right now. We have.
Yeah.
So no, we just got minus 41 last year. Thanks. Thanks, Don.
Thanks.
But he was also on Columbus, so can we like really judge him from that?
Can we blame him?
We'll see if we can.
The next one is it's from B Sports and just says the Bruins group chat is fun, ain't it?
It is. It's funny. We're in another group chat now with a couple of them. And it's really funny.
I wasn't expecting it to be the way it is.
I know, but it's really funny. We literally, it's called We Are Normal About Freddie and Sway, and it's literally just like every one of us will just randomly send a picture of Freddie or Sway, and we'll all just like fawn over it. Like we'll go dead.
Pretty much.
We do talk during games, so
yeah,
it's nice.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the really good one for last, but the next three are Shelf.
Hey, Shelf.
Me when I hit that Matla pussy till I bussy.
On another one. Thanks for the insightful comment, Shelf.
Yeah. Bruins beating the Leafs got me pitching a tent. Frederick. I don't know.
Wow, thanks.
Shelf is on
Frederick.
one.
That's
tent Frederick.
Trent, we didn't need to know that. Uh,
How many times do we need to mog the Leafs before their fans stop starting shit? I don't know, because we fucking sweep them and they still won't shut the fuck up, so.
legitimately, like they are so annoying. Like I've gotten in like straight arguments with so many of them because they're just nasty. Like like they
You're hating on Jeremy Swayman?
they blame the Bruins and their fans for their team's inability.
To
So funny.
play.
Like we have problems, but your team is just that bad whenever they play us. All you can do is try to fight us because you can't even play.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sorry.
then their whole thing is, did you see the one thing saying like, oh, like talking about how the Bruins got embarrassed that night?
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, did you see
Got
the
embarrassed?
score?
4-1, bitch. No, we didn't.
4-1. And then what was the score last time again? Oh yeah, 4-1. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think we were the ones embarrassed that night.
Home territory? Oh. Sorry.
Yikes.
Like,
but they just need to shut the fuck up.
No, like I mingle with a lot of fans of other teams. I don't know if any of you guys saw, but I have a newfound friend. Her name's Emma, and she's a Kraken fan. And I like tweeted after the Kraken game something about the refs dick riding the Kraken, and she replied and said, "Do you want to turn?" And I said yes. And we ended up following each other, and now we're like friends. But she is like really sweet, and I don't mind being friends with fans of other teams. It's just the Leafs fans. You just can't. I've been friends with Habs fans before, and even they're not as bad. Well, except for one. But blocked bitch. There it is.
There it is. There was the original plot of the movie.
Yeah, guys, we had like a whole thing that we were originally going to do for this podcast, and we didn't do it. And that was one of
it. Was when the beef was fresh.
It was when the beef was fresh. But yeah. So
yeah, I'm friends with my evil twin. That's the only Leafs fan.
Literally like that. If you're a Leafs and a Bruins fan, I don't care about that. Like if you're like another team and us, I don't really care. It's the diehard Leafs fans that just despise us that are just like, okay, calm down. Like
we're not gonna take your cup win away. When was that again?
1967. Oh.
Yikes.
Literally like okay, we won Florida. How'd that go?
Are you sure you wanted Florida?
You sure?
And then they want us, even though we swept them.
To quote Matthew Tkachuk, we don't hear many we want Floridas right now.
But somehow we're still hearing we want Boston's after we beat them every time. Which is interesting, to say the least.
Leafs fans always think people are out to get them.
But it's because they start shit. That one K person.
This chick. I think, did she go private?
I don't know.
I think she did for a little bit. Because she was getting cooked. She was literally getting cooked for that goalie as a freak. And then she's like, oh, I make a joke. No, you weren't making a joke. It was very
You weren't making a joke.
And you just like made the tweet, sent it, and didn't expect anybody to see it.
Yeah, he's a freak. What about it?
The latter.
What about it?
The latter.
Yeah, he's a freak, bitch. We know.
Like, it was just embarrassing the amount of tweets that she made that were all just like stupid. And I also cooked the girl that said, "Dear Bruins, I hope Linus Ullmark gets traded. Thank you."
Yeah.
I cooked her. And I ratioed the girl twice because the last time we played them, she also tweeted this. She was the same person that tweeted the what was it?
Jeremy swimming, you're going to hell or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Jeremy.
Oh, you push Mish Marner, you're going to hell.
And I said, breaking, goalie pushes player out of his crease and goes to hell for it, and I ratioed her. So, shut up. And then she's like, oh, Bruins fans always like to be in everybody's replies. No, you just like to make stupid tweets, and we see them.
I literally not in anybody else's.
Everyone else is gonna
just her because she's fucking. If you make 20 tweets all about the Bruins, we're gonna see them.
Just be normal. Problem solved. And everyone else hates Blues fans too. I have a bunch of Panthers mutual fans that might not like the Bruins very much. Some of them don't mind them. Some of them hate them. And literally, I had like a couple of them be like on our side because everybody hates the Leafs. It's so funny. Valid. But
you ready for the last question?
Charlie, it's good.
Fuck, marry, kill, Nightmare Edition.
Oh my!
Jordan Binnington, Tony D'Angelo, and Jamie Benn from Bex.
Bex, you're never coming on.
We were literally gonna have you on the next episode. Don't listen to her.
I'll fuck Jamie Benn.
He might not go down on me, but okay, I feel like we have to kill Tony D'Angelo and marry Jordan Binnington.
Why do you?
Because I'm not marrying D'Angelo.
But like,
but Jordan Binnington is like not as bad as Tony D'Angelo. I feel. I didn't say fuck. I said marry.
I know. I mean, you don't have to.
I just have to live in the same house with that motherfucker.
It's just the legal bonding.
Just because you're married doesn't mean you like the bitch.
Can we choose the era?
Jordan Binnington's the goalie, so I guess that means I'm married. I cannot stomach marrying Tony D'Angelo.
No, neither can I.
So we're marrying Jordan Binnington, killing Tony D'Angelo, and fucking Jamie Benn.
Okay. Thanks for that one.
Thanks for that one, Bex. Please send more, because that's funny as fuck.
More. Okay. We have about 20 minutes left, so I think I can get my stories in 20 minutes. Okay, guys, so, last night, I went to the Trent Frederick Danton Heinen signing.
Whoa!
Mall. Nice. I don't know how many of you saw my post already. I think a couple of you did, at least at this point. But I felt so bad because I didn't get the Heinen autograph, and now I regret it because I felt really bad. They did the photo ops first and then the autographs, and when I was waiting for the autographs, you had to like come from like one side, and it was the side that Danton was on, so I was standing right in front of him, and I felt so bad, and he looked up, and he just like literally like looked up at me, and I was like, hi, and he was like, hi, how you doing? I was like, I'm good, how are you? I felt so freaking bad. I sat there and contemplated whether I wanted to say something else to him to like prove to him I was like, hey, I love you too. I'm not just here, like I'm not just like you know, like here for Trent. Like I like actually like you too. And I couldn't think of anything to say in time. I wanted to be like, oh my god, congratulations on doing so good this year. Congrats on like making it to the top line. Congrats on the 7th player nomination. And it just all fucking slipped me. And I couldn't think in time because then I had to go up for Trent. And I was like, oh my god, I felt so bad. You guys, he's so sweet.
Because I'm guaranteed he just like sat there for so long doing nothing.
Actually, he did a lot of signatures. There were a lot of people that got like the hat trick thing. So
yeah,
I think he was fine. There were people there for him. I just
Grace. Well, Grace was there for him.
I just felt so bad, like standing right in front of him. But anyway, I'll go back. So When we got there, um, I was the first one there out of everyone that I knew. I was the first one there, so I was probably like 10th in line, which was great. I got there at like quarter six, and it started at 7. And I was just standing in line, and then like a few minutes later, Maddie, Brianna, Amy came over, and I stood with them, and we were all just talking. And then I talked to this other person from Twitter. I talked to like a couple people here and there because I recognized a lot of people that were there. Um, and then the line started moving. So Maddie started freaking out. And at this point, Haley and Angelina came, and we were all just like standing there. And they were like, well, Maddie was like panicking. So I was like, I'll go first. Gladly, I'll go first.
I'll go first. Don't worry.
Get around the corner, and I was in awe. Just so pretty. Also, I think he really likes that blue shirt. Because he wears
Yeah.
a lot. But I was just like, and I was in heels, guys. I like my picture. My head was like just above his shoulder, and I was in heels. But anyway, so I get up and I gave the guy the ticket, and I saw that the person in front of me did like fist bumped them, and I was like, huh, okay. So I was gonna opt for handshakes, so I'd have a longer touch with Trent, but I didn't want to. Well, because like people would be like, "Hey, nice to meet you," whatever. I wanted a hug, but I wasn't gonna push it because nobody else had done a hug. I'm sure at that point, like past me, somebody hugged them, but I'm
Yeah.
the one to do it. So, I got up and I fist bumped them, and I just said hi, like how you doing? Hino is like he's like so precious. I love him. I was so excited when he came back, and I'm so happy that he's doing well on league minimum. Love that man.
League minimum.
Lock him in. But anyway,
For real.
so I stand in the middle of them, and as they're leaning in, Trent was like, "Nice jersey, love it," and I was like, "Thanks, I love you." I mean, but I died, and then yeah, I said thank you and bye, and then I walked away, and I was shaking. I don't cry, thank God, but I shake a lot. So I was like shaking, and then I like grabbed my stuff again because you could like put it down on the table. I just grabbed my stuff again and then walked out, and I was like, oh. And then you had to get back in line because then they did the autograph. So I got back in line, and then at this point I was standing with Jalen and her friend because everyone else had the hat trick thing, which was a separate line. So I got in the regular autograph line, and so I was just talking to them for a little bit, and then I have my drawing. So then we get up there. I said hi, hi, and then I get up to Trent. And so I just put the drawing down, and he was like, "Oh, another drawing," because I think someone else had one. I think it was Shan.
Yeah, Shan had a drawing. I saw that.
I know she was like kind of in front of us, so I think that was. And then he was like, "This is amazing," and I was like, "You're amazing," and I was like, "Thank you." And then uh he was like, "Was I fighting somebody in this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Wow, looks like I'm really beating him up here." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I went, "You at you won that one." And I was about to say, "You actually won that one," because he hasn't won a fight in a while. So I cut myself off, and then he was like, "Oh, where do you want me to sign it?" I was like, "Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter, wherever."
Forever.
So then he started signing it, and I took a picture of him signing it, which I also posted, and it is my lock screen. This is my excuse to look at my lock screen. And it's beautiful. I got like a really good one. And He has
Whatever you say.
a little sticker on it too. It's like an authentic. That was kind of cool. And so then like as he was finishing signing it, I got a stroke of confidence. So I like put my hands down on the table and I like leaned over and I was like, "So I made you a sign?" He looked up. He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I don't know if you remember," because I wasn't gonna be like assuming he remembered.
Yeah.
So I was like, "I don't know if you remember, but it had Kermit the Frog on it, and it was at the Vegas game." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I threw you a puck." I was like, "Yeah, well, the girl behind me stole it," and he was like, "Oh my god, sorry." And then he goes, "Next time," and I was like, "Better be." And and he was laughing, and obviously I was laughing because I was like, "This is better than a puck." But yeah, I was like, "Oh my god." And
I don't understand what Kermit means.
then he was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's Kermit the Frog." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I don't get that." He was like, "Yeah, I don't get that. What does that mean?" And I was like, I went in the video because my mom took a video. You can hear me go, "It's because uh." And
Did you sound like a frog?
I haven't showed Em the video because I didn't have it when I talked to her last
Yeah.
time, but I do have it now. When he said it, he was like Kermit the Frog. Like he sounded like say it again, but slower, babe.
Record yourself speaking and then play it back for me.
Like I love you, but you're a muppet. So I was like, no, it's just like a joke. It's just, you know.
Don't worry about it.
And then he was like, yeah, I've never seen it. Never seen the Muppet Show. So
Oh,
basically,
rats.
he didn't know. But I mean, everyone knows.
You have to know what
Everyone
Kermit sounds
knows
like.
Kermit the Frog. Like he knew Kermit the Frog. He just didn't get the joke, and I thought that was really funny. Um, but anyway, so yeah, that was the autograph, and then when I walked out, I went and I saw Maddie and Haley again for a couple minutes because everyone else they just got a picture and then left. But we all got signatures and talked to them for a few minutes, and then I saw Liv coming over, so I said bye to them, and I went over and I talked to Liv for like a really long time. I talked to her for like probably upwards of like an hour to 2 hours. I was just chilling with her and her mom, who are like super nice, and I ended up going up with Liv because she was waiting to go up like last, and like Trent knows who she is, and it's just so bad. Like I took a video for her, so it's like in my camera roll, and it's just genuinely baffling. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just want an excuse to like go up and see him again. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll go up with you. I'll video you, sure.
Of course.
But also like everyone wants videos of you meeting them, so
Yeah.
obviously I was like, hey, I'll video you, sure. And her mom video too. So she has like two different angles, and her mom did portrait, so I did landscape. And I got a good video. I was dead silent. I didn't say anything. I just wanted it to be heard loud and clear. And you can't always hear yourself, but you can always hear him, and that's good. Um, super sweet. When we walked away, I said, "Have a good night," and he said, "Thanks, you too." And I was like,
I will now.
I will now. I already am, but and yeah. So I need to go to another game and try my sign again so I can get the puck. And I can stand with them because Liv invited me to stand with them, which is really nice. And that would be great because he actually knows them. And like when he goes over, I'll see it because he goes over there as part of his like
Yeah.
warm up routine. He goes over there for a little bit, so he'll see it. Um, And then hopefully, if I do go and I get a puck, I can go to a practice and he can sign it.
Yes.
That should be really cool.
Thinking the big picture here.
Maddie thinks she's delusional, but he is starting to remember her. She thinks she's delusional, but she's not. Because literally she showed me the video, like the full video, and she was like talking about, she kind of explained the thing because she brought her jersey again so that he could fix the sign. And
Yeah.
he like put that, he's like, let's make this better. And he like redid it for her. And she like kind of brought up the wallet case thing. And before he looked up, he was like, oh yeah, you have the green one. And then he looked up and he was like, yeah. And I was like, Maddie, like you're not delusional. Like he remembers that. Like he's not crazy. Like he remembers that. Like he remembers the sign vaguely. So I was like, yeah, like you're not delusional. Like it's okay. But yeah.
Like when you see the same person a couple times, you remember who they are.
Like it's really not like that hard to, you know. And he's seen you a fair share of times, so I think he would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, I went and got lemonade from Chick-fil-A because I was so thirsty. My throat was starting to hurt because it was loud, so I was yelling the whole time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I sat with them and I talked to them more, and then I met back up with my aunt and my mom and left. And yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, that was last night.
We survived trade deadline. We still have Lena Selmark. We still have Jake DeBrus. We still have Derek Forbert, and we still have Matt Grzelcyk.
Oh, do we really have Derek Forbert though?
Well, he's on our team. He's just not gonna play.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, yeah, that's all we got for today.
That's all we have.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy this very out of order.
Very weird episode. I mean,
very odd episode.
You guys aren't gonna notice the time difference like we do.
Yeah.
You're just gonna know what day it is because we said it. So, but yeah, we'll be back next week hopefully if Rachel stops slacking. Maybe.
If this episode comes out on time.
It is Saturday, so I could probably edit it today or at least start it today, but it's still early in the day. So
yeah. Today we're playing Pittsburgh, and it's the big city green thing.
I know. I kind of want to watch that one, but I don't want to like ruin it. So I'll probably put it like on my phone or something just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I want to see like. I want to see how they, because I want to see like a fight just to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Like.
But also, I feel like Pittsburgh is not a very fighty team.
Yeah. Like. I don't know.
All I know is that our coach's grandma, because they post it 5 fucking times about it.
I want to see how they would portray like Freddie.
Yeah, I want to see who's who.
Get to the fight. I still laugh at Brad doing the voice. Saying like, guys, make sure you don't like hit each other or fight each other.
Yeah, be kind.
Oh yeah,
use your words.
Sure.
Is that so, Brad?
Friends here, like you and Pat, right?
Yeah.
You know what you're for? Jack and Pat.
Real.
But anyway,
Donald Sweeney is an evil genius.
He really is. He's trying to like tie loose ends for Brad.
For real.
Anyway, that's all we got for today. See you guys next time. Follow us on Twitter.
Hopefully next week.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Hope you enjoyed whatever you're listening on and watching.
And by the time this episode comes out, I'll be back. My Twitter account will be back.
My Twitter account will be back. She'll no longer be Poopoo1311.
I will retire Poopoo1311 for at least a little bit. Who knows if I'll get banned again.
Anyway, see you next time. Toodles!
Toodles!